First, let's start off by addressing a common confusion. What is the difference between post-structuralism and postmodernism? And why is it that we're talking about one here and not the other? Post-structuralism and postmodernism are related. The types of ideas they espouse and even the thinkers espousing those ideas overlap. However, the subjects treated in the postmodern and post-structuralist critiques differ. Postmodernism is focused on theorizing about literature and art, while post-structuralism treats philosophy and theory more broadly. Therefore, as we are discussing philosophies of research, we are focusing on post-structuralism, the one with the philosophical bent. Post-structuralism is a philosophical movement that challenged the certainty and idealistic narrative of modernism that told us we were steadily progressing to a better place through social and scientific advancement. Post-structuralism challenges certainty, especially by focusing on language and the uncertainty inherent in the way that we conceive of and communicate ideas. Post-structuralists reject the idea that language connects to an objective reality outside of oneself. Rather, they see language as a complex system of symbols that have evolved meaning through human processes. There is no real connection between the word chair and that thing outside of oneself we think of as chair. Rather, the word chair has artificially been associated with that thing, and is mostly distinguishable by its difference from other randomly assigned language symbols, rather than its connection to the chair thing outside of oneself. The rise of post-structuralism is sometimes called the linguistic turn due to this interest in the mediating power of language. The question of the reality that is communicated through language sets the stage for post-structuralism's ontology, or understanding of reality. In post-structuralism, our understanding of reality is always heavily, sometimes completely, mediated through human forces. We cannot objectively know something outside of ourselves. Post-structuralists vary, with some holding on to standards that make different interpretations of reality more or less valuable depending on their usefulness or fidelity, while other post-structuralists are more extreme, even questioning the very idea of reality itself. Post-structuralism arose in France in the 1960s and was birthed by three key French thinkers of that era: linguist Ferdinand de Saussure, anthropologist Claude Lévi-Strauss, and philosopher Jacques Derrida. Interestingly, many post-structuralists are themselves highly associated with structuralism, centrally Lévi-Strauss, Roland Barthes, Jacques Lacan, and Michel Foucault. They, however, shifted their thinking over time, creating this new philosophical perspective. Other post-structuralists were not themselves involved in structuralism, including key figures Umberto Eco, Derrida, Gilles Deleuze, and Julia Kristeva. The epistemology, or understanding of knowledge inherent in post-structuralism, draws from the work of this wide range of thinkers. Knowledge is essentially constructed through signs, which are governed by artificial and arbitrary systems of rules of signification, which mean that ultimately each knower's knowledge itself will be distinct and not directly shareable with others. While we've discussed the centrality of language and linguistics for post-structuralists, they also concern themselves with other things. Post-structuralists attend to investigations of the subject, mostly conceived of as lacking agency and being constructed by outside forces, and seminally contrasted with the capital O other, who signifies difference. Other key interests of post-structuralism include aesthetic, which lives in the range of overlap with the literary and artistic interests of postmodernism, and ethics, which became increasingly important for post-structuralists over time.